Hello, my name is Trinity and this is Device Guys. I am doing a review over the second Harry Potter book, The Chamber of Secrets. I actually did a review over this first one, and that should be in the description down below. Alright, let's get into it. It starts off at the Dursleys, as did the first one. And I think it's important to note, this one is much darker. In the first one, Dursleys were jerks. In this one, they're straight up abusive. It starts off where they're like, hey, Harry, do as you do and go upstairs and pretend you don't exist. They mention this more than a few times to him, be like, pretend you don't exist on your birthday. You know, as good parents do. He also mentions when he's with the Weasleys and he's on his way to Diagon Alley, the Weasleys were like, oh my god, what if we lose you? And we have to explain to your aunt and uncle. And he was like, they wouldn't care. When they're in the flying car and they hit the Whomping Willow, almost dying, and the school had to send letters home, Ron is so worried. Harry doesn't care because he knows that they'll just be upset that he didn't die. They starve him in the beginning. Like, he is so scared in the beginning to tell them that he can't do magic at home because he wants them to be scared so they won't starve him, put bars on his windows, stuff like that. That's so crazy. But there's also similarities with the first one. Like, kind of like how you have the dragon in the first one, you also have massive spiders. How they make it a huge deal that you shouldn't go into the Forbidden Forest, and then Hagrid kind of tells them to go alone to meet this massive spider, and they almost die. Like, just little things like that. But from the first one, they kind of have Hagrid, Dumbledore, to kind of push, like, introduce him to this, like, magical world. Whereas in this one, he's kind of exploring it on his own. He can't even have the help of Hermione because she's petrified. And so Ron and Harry are having to do this alone and trying to, like, develop their character and showing that they have their own merit. Because in the first one, Hermione was detrimental in the end. This one, she helped, like, with the basilisk and finding out what it is. But Ron goes down there into the Chamber of Secrets with him. They don't have Dumbledore to help them, so they have to get the help of the Defense Against the Dark Art teacher, Gilderoy Lockhart, who they find out is a coward and doesn't know what he's doing. So they go in knowing that they're going to have to face a snake, that if you look it in the eyes, you're going to die, and if you look at it indirectly, you're going to be petrified, and then probably also die. And they do it, Ron doing it to save his sister, and Harry doing it to save his best friend's sister. Like, that's such a huge deal, and it's so different from the first one, because I don't think it has that big of an impact in the first one. You don't have this huge fear that he's gonna die. In the second one, that's all you think about, is someone is gonna die. They tell you that a Muggle-born, like, what is it? That Muggle-born, like, wizards always die when the Chamber of Secrets are open. So you're worried for Hermione, even though she's petrified in the hospital wing. You're worried for Ron because he's staying behind with Lockhart. You're worried for Harry because he's fighting against something he can't even look at. Like, and yes, at the end he does have help from Dumbledore, but he has no idea any of that's going to happen. He had no idea he's going to get the Sword of Gryffindor. He doesn't know that the Phoenix is going to save his life, and he does it all to save Ginny, who he didn't really even know until the very beginning of the book. Yeah, he kind of sees her in the first one for half a second. He knew her for a month and he was willing to risk his life to save her. It makes sense for Ron, but I think it really shows that how different and darker this story is from the first one, and how much more interesting in a way. There's so much more weight on and impact into the plot, into the ending, and I think it really shows how, like, important these two characters are and how important the whole story is as a whole going forward. So, there you are. That's how I feel about the second book, and I'm really glad I read it. There's so many things I don't remember, and I really look forward to the third one because I want to know what else I don't remember. Thank you all for watching. Comment down below what you think of, what you think is like an interesting thing in the book, and what you thought of this review of the book. What do you think I got wrong? What do you think I got right? Like, subscribe, do all that. Bye!